With that, use an E, use a basic. Now teleport to the bubble, teleport to the other bubble, teleport to the third bubble, use my R. That's it. Boom, done. That's the whole DPS window, and the damage is shredding the Heron. Zhezhi is finally here, or however else you would pronounce her name. It's not easy to roll off the tongue, so I'm just gonna call you a nerd. Hello, internet. We're back strong with a new character though, and I believe she is one of the characters that you would use in the best team in the game right now, which would be the nerd, Verina, and Jinhsi. Before we delve into that, here are the stats I have for mine. We got 150 energy regen, which is where I like it. This pretty much guarantees to always start ulti the moment you need it, well, excluding the time where it's literally in cooldown. I have 65 crit rate with 220 crit damage. It's alright. Nothing insane. But with that stat line, you would think she's somewhat of like a yinlin type of character, right? She can do a bit of damage. She's supposed to be on field not that long a time, support your allies as well. And you would be right. That is what the nerd does. Her weapon, I'm using String Master because, well, truth be told, her own weapon is very much not needed. As for the echoes, here are my sets. Of course, you're using the best support set, Moonlit Cloud. These are the individual pieces. It's pretty standard. It's very similar to something like Yinlin. And here are my commitments with the skills with, of course, nothing here. To sum it up though, this is a character that Kuro Games looked at again and think, you know what, we need Jinhsi to be better. Yeah, if we look at her combat roles, she excels in giving you coordinated attacks, and guess who needs it? Jinhsi. But interestingly enough though, with her outro skill, you're able to really help out Lingyang, the worst 5-star in the game, where most people would agree. I'll be showing you how to play both teams, but let's just start with the strongest team that I believe to be in the game right now. We're gonna pay a visit to the Hazard Tower, and this is the team. On top of just being one of the best teams, or the best team in the game, it's really easy to use too. I'm gonna show you right away, right? I'll first show you what Zhezhi has to do, and then we'll do like a proper run, okay? We'll start with just Verina ulting. This is a very normal, Verina setup. Everybody knows how to do that at this point. Get the concerto up, right? Pretty obvious stuff. And now that it's massively evade first, you'll see that I've maxed my concerto. I'm gonna go in Zhezhi. The moment I go in, I want to spam my basic to fill up my afflatus, which is my forte circuit right there. Now that it is maxed, hold on now, I'm gonna let you attack. Now that it is maxed, you tap your E once, use your basic one time, and then spam E. That's all you have to do. Once you finish, use your ultimate. That's it. After you've done your ultimate, use your Q, go to Jinhsi. Boom, done. That is everything that you have to do with Zhezhi. It's really easy, to be honest with you. We'll get into like a real life fight later, where I'm pretty sure we could 3-star this. Let me just explain what you've just seen. Zhezhi's main contribution will come from the ultimate, where after the ultimate, she can be off field and she will launch coordinated attacks in the form of like a bird falling from the sky. I'll show you that in a clearer image later. And to get there, you need to utilize your forte circuit and max them. The moment you max them and use your E, you'll have 2 bubbles spawning. The reason why you want to use one basic after is to spawn a 3rd bubble. You can only have up to 3 bubbles at the same time, and what these bubble does, after the bubble exists, use your E again, and you do a chain resonance skill where you teleport to the bubble and attack. These do more damage than her normal usual kit, and they regenerate a lot of energy and concerto as well. And after you finish everything, dunk in your all, have coordinated attacks on field, go to Jinhsi, keep charging up Jinhsi's forte that way. And of course, she has an outro skill right here that suits Jinhsi quite well with the resonance skill damage amplification, which is like 75% of Jinhsi's damage is resonance skill. So this is why Zhezhi is perfect for Jinhsi. A relatively easy character to use, right? So enough of my yap fest though. I'll show you how a proper fight would look like and why this team is one of the strongest team ever, right? We'll do this once more, and this will be less of a breakdown, more of a showcase, okay? They call me the showman of waifus back in high school. We'll start with Verina as usual. Get the ulti in, get my skill in, get my concerto up, all that good stuff. You know the drill at this point. Get my concerto up right there, do an evasion, go to Zhezhi, get the max afflatus, or rather forte circuit energy. With that, use an E, use a basic. Now teleport to the bubble, teleport to the other bubble, teleport to the third bubble, use my R into my gosh dang Heron into Jinhsi. That's it. Boom, done. That's the whole DPS window. That's how you play this entire team. It is very straightforward, and the damage is shredding the Heron. Look at this. This max E, right? Bang. 95k on the first E. Not too bad, right? Now, given my Jinhsi is really not that good, so that's one of the reasons. But right now, we're back to Zhezhi. Just spam the basic, get the max afflatus, use one E, use one basic, teleport to the bubble, teleport to the bubble, teleport to the bubble. And now we have to wait for an ulti. It does have a long cooldown, so sometimes you might not get to, like, just use it in the perfect timing. But usually it doesn't like matter too much though. Yeah, you'll be fine, right? And here comes the max E again. How much damage is it this time? 200k. Great. Back to Verina. We'll get a bunch of concerto. Use our E right here. Come on down. Let me evade. Bang. Good. Use our turtle. Go back to Zhezhi. Use my max afflatus. Get with my E. Use my basic. And that is it. You just have to do the same thing over and over again. And you can see right now my R is not ready. So it takes a bit of time if you do it too quickly, which is one of the, like, it's a tiny bit of issue with her, right? But otherwise, it's really simple. Like, this is a one rare team that I can actually commentate without stuttering too much. Because it's pretty simple, right? You just gotta repeat everything. And the damage output is cracked out of your mind. So yeah, not too shabby, right? This character right here. But the problem you see with this character is that I just don't understand why we need another support for Jinhsi. I truly don't. And here we have the R again. We're gonna go and use that. I haven't really highlighted the coordinated attacks though. Well, if you stare at the screen right now, you'll notice that every bit of damage I do, sometimes there's this blue bird that flies from the sky. You have to pay attention to see, but yeah, I'm sure it's not that hard to like, yeah, see that? See that? It's right there on screen. Boom, done. That is Zhezhi's coordinated attack from her ultimate, right? And that is how you charge up freaking Jinhsi the most. And I think I'm just a bit off of the 3-star clear, but I'm so close. If I focus more, I definitely could get it. Right? Look at that. I'm off by what, 2 seconds? Yeah, I'm actually 4 seconds. Definitely a 3-star clear, right? It wasn't too hard at all to use. You just have to do the same thing over and over again. Compared to before, one of the best teams that's similar to this would be Yinlin instead of Zhezhi, which the problem with Yinlin is it's a bit harder to handle, right? She's got the E, she's got her echo. You gotta make sure you hit your enemies. You gotta make sure the charge that hit the enemies, all of that. You also have to make sure she has enough energy regen. Comparatively, it's easier with Zhezhi in my opinion, and as you've seen just then, it is pretty easy. Plus with the coordinated attacks, that's just so much more consistent because it lasts for quite a long time. That makes Jinhsi, if you notice just then, every single time I need Jinhsi to do something, she has maximum forte circuit. You're just nuking and nuking and nuking. But as I mentioned earlier, the problem here is why in the world would we need something more for Jinhsi, right? Truth be told, she's not designed to be Jinhsi's like absolute best partner, and this is why. If you look at her outro skill, it's clear that she's also built as a glacio damage support. The only glacio DPS is Lingyang, which Lingyang is really bad apparently. Now I haven't built him, so I'm not sure, but I've seen people complain about him, and it does make sense what they're complaining about. But I guess I'll show you how it would be if we have Lingyang though. Now my Lingyang is definitely not ready at all. I'm just gonna show you how the gameplay looks like. Like, look at this. This is not ready. So it'll be less about Lingyang's damage. I'm just trying to show you the gameplay. It should be very similar though, and the reason why Lingyang should be a lot more perfect than you think is because Lingyang wants to stand on field for a little bit, while Zhezhi has quite the long cooldown on the ulti, right? You've just seen me like, have cooldown on even though I had the ulti earlier. So with Lingyang, it has the perfect timing with Zhezhi. That's why Lingyang is so good. Plus, the perfect outro buff as well for sure. Let's go for the Q into the Lingyang now. Go for my, echo right here. Use my R right away. And let's go ahead and get into our line dance state and get the damage in, right? So boom. Do a bunch of damage right here. For about 10 seconds, he needs to be on field anyway. So that should be perfect for Zhezhi to get her, gosh dang, ulti back. Back to Verina here. Well, that is if they survive for me to do it again, but we'll see, right? And I don't think so. Yep, there we go. I mean, it's pretty obvious there. I go to Lingyang, has to stay on field for 10 seconds. Go to Verina, get everything charged up again. Go back to Zhezhi. She should nearly perfectly having her ult again out of cooldown. With a character like Jinhsi that bursts you so quickly, sometimes you might find yourself having like 0.2 second away from having the ulti, or like 1-2 seconds away. It can feel a bit weird, but you know what, it's not that big of a deal, and I'm sure if you deliberately slow down certain animations, you can have the perfect rotation, and that is how you play Zhezhi. Now there are definitely a lot more other variations, like for example, if you have a strong enough Jinhsi, you can try a team like this. That way you save your Verina for another team, right? With this team, you're coordinating attacks for days. You're gonna max Jinhsi out so quickly. The problem is Verina not being there to buff your whole team. The damage could be a lot lower, right? Usually you need a whole full team buffer that's good, in which case Baizhi right here is WN will work just as fine. And with that, I've just shown you everything Zhezhi is supposed to do, right? Now on to the verdict though. What do I think about this character? If you look at the numbers alone, her damage output is not supposed to be insanely high. Like it's RRI, it's nothing insane. Her true value comes from the ease of use and a short on-field time. You just have to do the same thing. Spam your basics, use 1E, 1 basic, spam E, use R, use Q, and you basically just repeat that. The margin for error is not that big compared to someone like Yinlin, where they have to stand on field for a bit longer. However, damage output wise though, Zhezhi is not the type of character that you would expect her to do for like 15k every coordinated attack, right? At least I don't think that's possible. The main use for her is to get that considerable energy up, which she does well, to get that ultimate up for the coordinated attacks for Jinhsi, which she does well, or utilizing her outro skill to buff a glacio damage dealer like say Lingyang, or number 2, a resonant skill damage dealer like Jinhsi. Now in the future, if they ever release a glacio character that's a DPS that really loves skill resonance damage, right? Zhezhi will become the top support. Like currently though, do you need this character to beat anything? Again, no. But she does support the most broken DPS in the game. And that will be all for my verdict on Zhezhi. Overall, a decent character, nothing insane. So if you're going for her, good luck to you. And yeah, I will be cooking up more videos with her soon. And that is all. Take care.